Yeah, with no first
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I came over here because I didn't have a script. That's
We have a minute 12.
all right. That's exact. Thank you.
Oh, my least favorite shot in all history.
All right. So that story didn't work out before, so we have a lot of time to kill. We're going to talk about this for a while. Every cybersecurity expert in the world will tell you to make sure that your passwords are complex and hard to crack. I feel like we do one of these stories about every week, telling people complex passwords.
People need the reminder, Cody.
I guess. Well, this is a list of Splash Data's most commonly stolen phrases, passcodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the first one.
Okay.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just write down the keyboard.
That's at the top of the list. Did you remember it? Password, the word, also on that list. That's number 2. And this is the list for 2015.
Well, it was number 1 for the longest time, so I'm glad people are listening. Sports-themed passwords also commonly stolen. Football came in at number 7. Baseball at number 10.
So you're saying I should change my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Yes.
on my luggage, on my...
At least change it to password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There you go. Right.
Mix both of
Nobody
them.
would ever
I
think of
it's
that,
the
would
perfect
they?
plan.
To put them both together like that, that's kind of crazy.
I don't know. Whenever you see these stories, you just, it boggles your mind. Though, you know, they say to have complex passwords, and you know, they're tough to keep track of when they're too complex, and so you end up carrying a passbook
then
around.
you get onto the website where you have the account, and then you have to email them, and they email you back, and you don't remember even your username. It's a pain in the neck. The whole world is just... I'm not for it.
No?
Can't tell you how many times I have to reset my password for forgetting the complex password.
Right. Also, no kids' names and no pets, all right? They're going to figure that out, too. So you might as well just...
Interesting.
Just random numbers and letters.
Right.
Just write it down, though, so you remember it, and then you'll be all set.
Let's talk about lack of snow.
Let's do it.
Okay.
There has been some snow across the area because of lake effect, but it's been dribs and drabs. Actually, if we can pop the graphic up, I'm not sure we can. But there you go. This is what we've had at Albany specifically through today. 5.5 inches of snow, and here we are January 19th. Average is 27.9, and last year to date we had 30.8. We'd had a number of large storms. So we're sitting at a 22.4 inch departure right now, specifically at Albany. Could that change significantly coming up over the weekend? There is a possibility. So this is a great segue into our 6 o'clock show where I'll be talking about a storm potential for us.
Hey, guess what? That starts right now.
Bye.
This is CBS 6 News.
It's just kind of an unfortunate situation that, you know, it's going to come back on me and I'm going to have to pay more just to stay where I am.
Some Albany landlords up in arms tonight over a new fee.
Why, if you are renting a home, the fee could show up on your bills.
We have a limited amount of water capacity at this time. We are asking people to wisely conserve their use of water.
The ripple effects of a water main break being felt by homeowners and businesses alike.
What's being done to speed up repairs and why finding a fix is becoming problematic. Our team coverage of the water main break in Troy and the emergencies that have followed continues tonight. It's not just Troy under the gun. We've learned that even more villages and towns have been affected by that massive water main break in Troy over the weekend.
We have team coverage. Troy is where our Tori Wells joins us tonight. And Tori, this water main issue is much bigger than first thought. A lot of people feeling the effects tonight.
That's right. We've learned that Troy sells water to 9 other cities and towns nearby. So this water main behind me here that's broken is impactful to not just people who live here in Troy. The issue here is twofold. The city has to fix this pipe to help with water flow, and it's also asking people to conserve water so it can rebuild its supply. Sunday morning, and this was the scene in Troy when a major water line broke, draining an incredible amount of water.
When the break occurred, we lost all water here at the plant. That's about 8 million gallons of water that was released into the streets.
Sunday afternoon, the water had stopped flowing into the streets and was rerouted, so people had access. But Troy's water supply was depleted. That's why Troy and some of its customers have put water restrictions in place.
We have a limited amount of water capacity at this time. We are asking people to wisely conserve their use of water.
Yesterday, we learned Half Moon and Waterford were dealing with another issue. The backup line from Troy wasn't working like it should, not getting the towns enough water. Today, Troy Public Utility Superintendent Chris Wieland says Troy is trying to figure out why. In the meantime, to add insult to injury, the broken line is a unique and delicate steel pipe that won't be a typical fix.
We're going to have to shelter the pipe so we can have it at a normal temperature so that when you weld to it, you're not welding to a cold pipe. Otherwise, you'll have other issues.
And live back here in Troy, we did see some wood and some tars being lowered down into that hole, possibly to cover that pipe. 5 minutes ago or so, we also saw some sparks coming out, so it's possible that some of the welding has started here. The city is not able to give us a timeline as to when this will be done. There's also been some questions as to why we didn't see activity here yesterday. The city tells us work was being done. There was a lot of research going on yesterday as to best fix this pipe because it's pretty unique across the country. We're live in Troy. Tori Wells, CBS 6 News.
All right, Tori, thank you very much. As you mentioned, Troy, not the only municipality affected by this weekend's water emergency.
Yes, some outlying communities that rely on Troy's water are also feeling the strain. And Kimberly Howard is in Waterford tonight, where they're feeling the effects of all this. Kimberly?
Yeah, that's right, Greg and Liz. The town supervisor in Waterford tells me that there are 25 homes here that have no water at all. And he says that number could grow. In the meantime, people are coming here to the Pecos Fire Department, picking up pallets of water. They can also fill any containers they may have, anything to get them through.
You know, what we need is water. And to get more water, there's only a few places we can go for it.
And right now, Troy isn't much of an option. This massive water main break in the Color City over the weekend cut off the main source of water for both the towns of Waterford and Half Moon. What's worse, the backup system, which usually serves Waterford from Troy in this type of an emergency, isn't working.
They are trying to determine the problem for that, why the flow for the emergency situation has been reduced down to 1/3 normal. But so far, they haven't been able to find a solution or effect any repair to that.
Hi, hon, how are you? I'm good. How are you? If you have any empty jugs, bring them down. We'll fill them. We have a tank of clean water.
In the meantime, people are being asked to conserve. They're picking up bottled water at the Pecos Fire Department and getting some help from Cohoes.
We're actually using fire hoses and to move water from the city of Cohoes into our water system. We want to thank our friends and neighbors in the city of Cohoes for expediting that connection on their end. That's going to supply us with some limited amount of water, and right now we're monitoring that connection to see how much water we actually can get from it. It's only a 5-inch line.
Back out here live, you can see these guys are working hard, keeping these pallets of water in stock for the people that continue to come to pick up the water. The water being fed from Cohoes that he was just talking about is actually leading to some traffic concerns. Some heavily trafficked intersections are closed because of that. The Waterford Half Moon School District closed again tomorrow too. The good news in all of this, the county, Rensselaer County is on standby with water takers in the event of a fire emergency. So the town supervisor in Waterford says any fire emergency shouldn't be a concern. Meantime, it's possible that this couldn't be shored up here in Waterford until at the earliest on Friday. We are live in Waterford. Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.